Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will not be about the Ashkenazis and Zionists, although I know, you can't really run away from it. It always comes back to the same place, to the same group of people. But today I really want to show you some uplifting, beautiful images from the March of Independence that took place yesterday in Poland. Well, we had many marches, but the biggest one was in Warsaw. Some people are saying that over 100,000 participated. Over 100,000 people we know for sure. Some say 200,000, some say 300,000, and some even say 500,000. One thing is for sure, this was the largest march since the history of those marches, and it was number 16th yesterday. And not only the adults or elderly, which was kind of a trend in the beginning of those marches, were participating, but a lot of people with children, very young people. And I was watching this live yesterday after I posted a video for you. And I wanted to share this with you because I think since I am Polish and I'm in Poland at this moment, it would be nice to give you commentary from me, what I think about it and how I feel about it. So let's start with the first short clip. You're gonna hear the sound of the Polish anthem. So we're gonna go back to more images because I will be playing them for you and showing you that event. Well, let me take you actually to this video. You're gonna see first what's going on here, and I will be giving you my commentary. Well, let me tell you first and foremost what this holiday is about. So for quite some time, Poland was not even existing on the maps in history. There was a partition between Prussia, Austria, and Russia. This is in Warsaw, you can see the march. And this holiday was established in 1937, the Independence Day. Then it was removed after the World War II has ended in 1945, so there was no celebration, and then again was brought back in 1989. So the celebration was of 123 years. This is Polish president, and I give you the comment. Let me just finish my thought. So after 123 years of independence, this march is it's a pretty significant march because I've noticed yesterday that not only Polish people arrived there from all around Poland, from pretty much every possible area of Poland, not just the locals, of course, from Warsaw, but there was a lot of people from other countries, not just Polish who live abroad, but also other nationalities. You know, there were people from the UK or from Sweden or from many other European countries, even from the US, who just wanted to experience this and walk in this march. Pretty remarkable. But let me just tell you, Polish president, who I have mixed feelings about, however, I like this particular moment. He joined this march and he was walking there. And this says a lot because, you know, at the end of the day, you want people who are in high positions in the country to carry this flag that they represent with pride and dignity. But Surprise, surprise, everyone. The Prime Minister of Poland did not show up at all as far as this march goes, because, he's really German. Or something else, actually, maybe. Maybe he is from the Tiny Hats direction. He didn't show up at the main ceremony in Warsaw. He was in his hometown, giving some speeches and actually making mistakes, quoting Polish anthem. Can you believe it? Yes, you can. So he pretty much ran away from Warsaw. When he was talking in Gdańsk, this is in the Old Town Center of Warsaw, the celebrations were taking place. There was speech of Polish president, and the march has started shortly after that. So I'm going to show you a few more clips. But before I do that, I want to say that I don't know if you remember when we had the presidential race in Poland. We had Karol Nawrocki, who won the election, running against Rafał Trzaskowski, so Soros-sponsored one. And that one, Trzaskowski, lost. Again, I think it was his second or third run for president, at least second. But anyway, he is still the mayor of Warsaw. So what did they do? What the lunatics do when they know that the holiday of Independence Day is coming, and they don't want this to be joyful. They want to complicate lives of people. First and foremost, they started to have the renovation, reconstruction, or something of that nature in the central railway station in Warsaw. So people would have challenge to arrive by train. Then they ban the races and the pyrotechnic effects. They ban it, but the result was this. The result was this. No one really gave the bleep, to be honest. Because it wasn't really dangerous. It was pretty much, as it was every year. But now, let me show you his face. Let me show you his face. Here he is. This is Trzaskowski, okay? The mayor of Warsaw. Now he wants to punish those who were using it. The mayor of Warsaw, Rafał Trzaskowski, announced that the police will draw consequences in connection with the violation of the ban of the use of pyrotechnic, I don't know if you say pyrotechnic or pyrotechnic materials in Warsaw on November 11. The schmuck, the schmuck. No one really cares, right? But such a restriction was in the regulation issued by the Mazovian voivode, okay? So not just this, they banned those effects. They put a lot of barricades on the streets, so people had enormous challenge getting to the march, but they still were able to, they overcame this. I'm telling you, the shenanigans, no surprise, right? So let me show you more videos, guys. I know that some of you are interested because the spirit, I have to say, I was not there. Maybe one day I should really go there and just walk in that march among other people. Because it is really moving when you see so many people from so many walks of life and different age groups, and you can see, some people, you can tell, that they probably have hard time in their lives, and it's not easy for them to go through the challenges, but they showed up, with children and the outfits, and very, very moving event. Let's see if I have more. Oh yeah, I have to show you this. Okay, so of course there were situations when they were trying to hijack that event, because it was actually one of the most peaceful and the least problematic march you can ask for, which is ideal. But I'm going to show you a video now of two people, I think, or three, you're going to see, burning the EU flag. And at first I thought, are those participants in this independence march, or Maybe they are just hijacking it, so then they can record this video and show, look what they are doing, right? Maybe, I don't know, but I think this could be to provoke the situation when they want to ban this march completely. So let me take you to this video, and I will play it with the sound because they are shouting some words in Polish, and I will translate for you in a moment.
Suwerenność nie na sprzedaż! Suwerenność nie na sprzedaż! Suwerenność nie na sprzedaż!
So they were shouting sovereignty, but it doesn't look like. I think this was actually created to make a problem. Okay, so we have a lot of those, and I have to say, it's if you live in US or if you live in other countries and you're watching me from there, you can clearly tell that you have those stations, like you have CNN and NBC and BBC, and they are literally lying in your face, right? So we have the same in Poland, exactly the same. We have the stations that are sponsored by the same money that sponsors CNN and BBC, etc. So they are lying that it's dangerous. They are using those special effects and they shouldn't, and that they are nationalists and it's like fanatics and fascists. That's exactly what they are saying, which is crazy because there were so many beautiful people just walking with Polish flags, just being together and celebrating this day. And it's nice that you see people who actually appreciate the country they live in. And by all means, I know this, Poland really is not sovereign, it's not independent. The influences, Poland is a colony, okay, we know this. But when I look at that march, I was thinking, but there is the spirit that unites people. And many of them perhaps agree with what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, they still live in this country, they still have this Slavic soul, they have the spirit, and they want to fight for this country. And I don't mean they want to go to the war. That's another story, but they want to fight for the future of this country, for the prosperity, for peace, for safety. And I know that it sounds like really ideal, but when it comes down to real people, when you just get down to earth and look at it, there are still people who care. And that in itself, it's really beautiful thing. So let me show you maybe one more image if I can find, and it will be a little bit shorter video today. Yeah, I'm gonna show you Polish president, I think, one more time. Actually, let me show you this one. Just don't want to play the music. Yeah, so it means a lot to people when they see that there is a president who actually shows up and walks like that. I'm not saying he is perfect, but a lot of people appreciate this gesture, this decision very much. And, it's very difficult sometimes for me to comment on all those things because there are always different sides to people, right? There is the side that is this patriotic side, like he clearly loves Poland. I mean, he really loves Poland, this president. But then there are sides to him that I absolutely don't agree with. And I think he should do everything to prevent Poland being dragged into any conflict at all. But we see how this goes. You never know. It's unpredictable. So I think we're gonna end this video here, guys. A little different content today, but it was important to see so many people. I'm not sure if it was 500,000, but I think it was at least between 200 to 300,000 people, the largest ever in the history of Poland, very peaceful. People were happy. They were literally rejoicing, even though the weather was not pleasant at all. But they showed up, and that says something. So I was actually very happy to see it. I was happy to see that people have some respect for the country they live in, even though they know it's not a perfect country. But is there any perfect country in the world, really? Let's ask ourselves. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will attach the links down below in the description box. And if you appreciate the content, please hit thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you choose to support my work, you can do it by joining my Patreon or donating on PayPal. And I see you in another video. Probably tomorrow. I have some interesting topics to bring to your attention. Bye everyone. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity.